Hello and welcome to the Writecome.com podcast, where we help you to make money from your words. Each episode will be sharing tips, tricks, and strategies you can use to make more money from your writing, publishing, and marketing to your fans and audience. Let's get started with your host, Barry J. McDonald.
Hi, this is Barry here, and you are very welcome to today's podcast episode from Writecome.com. And today's podcast episode is entitled My Superpower, I Never Get Embarrassed. Now, last night I was watching the TV show Back. Now, if you live in the UK, you probably know of it, but it's over on Channel 4 and it stars Mitchell and Webb. And it's kind of based around this country pub. Now, there was a character in the episode last night who was called Charismatic Mike, which will probably give you an idea of the type of character that he was. But he was a type of character who could walk into a room and everybody would turn in his direction. He was the life and soul of the party. And it was only later on in the episode when he was talking to one of the main characters, and he said that the moment his life turned around was when he took on the superpower that he couldn't be embarrassed. Now, it was probably a throwaway remark, but I just thought it was fantastic, and I stopped the episode. I spoke into my phone, just recorded, so I would keep a note of that for today's episode, because I thought it was such an amazing thing. Imagine right now if you had the superpower that you could not be embarrassed in public, or whatever that was that you did. You know, if you couldn't be embarrassed right now, I am sure you would be sitting down and you would be recording a podcast episode. I am sure that you will be sitting down and you will be typing out that fiction story or that non-fiction story that's in your head, and you wouldn't give a toss what your family thought, what your friends thought, or what anybody thought, but you just want to get that story out there and you just want to hit publish. And I am sure if you had the superpower of not being embarrassed, I am sure you would switch on your camera right now and you would be doing a YouTube video, or you'd be doing a Facebook live, or you would be doing something in front of the camera, or again to writing blog posts or whatever. So what I want you to do today is maybe just take on that superpower like Mike did. Imagine you have the superpower today that you can't be embarrassed, that nobody can embarrass you, that whatever you're putting out there, you are doing it for yourself. Because unfortunately, a lot of us, as I said a couple of episodes back, a lot of us are influenced by the people who surround us. We are afraid of doing things because of what our parents think. We are afraid of doing things because we are afraid of what our brothers and our sisters think, or our family and friends, and anyone who knows us. We are afraid of what? Afraid maybe they'll stumble upon our YouTube channel, afraid that they will stumble upon our Facebook page, or that they will read our book or listen to our podcast or whatever. And we do a lot of those things, or don't do a lot of those things, for fear of embarrassment, of it coming back to us. So maybe if you are holding yourself back because you are a little bit afraid of what everybody is going to think, say, and maybe laugh behind your back, or just maybe afraid of the embarrassment that it's going to cost, I want you maybe just close your eyes today and just take on that superpower of not being embarrassed. And keep that in mind today, whatever it is you are looking to create, that you can't be embarrassed by what you are doing today, by what you are writing, what you're speaking, what you are recording in video or whatever. You can't be embarrassed by it. And you never know, in a few years' time, you might turn into a charismatic Mike. You might be the person that everybody goes to and that kind of everybody turns when you come in the door, whatever. But just keep that in mind today. As Mike said, and as I said, it was a throwaway remark, but it was something that I thought I would talk about today, because it probably can make a big difference in your life. So what I want you to do today, I am bestowing the power on you that you can't be embarrassed. That is your superpower today, and I want you to carry that into your work today and in this week. Keep this in mind. I cannot be embarrassed. And go ahead and record the content and write it down, or whatever it is that is in your head right now. Go and put that out there, because you can't be embarrassed what anybody else thinks or says about it. So if you'd like to know what I do over on the Writecome side, which is usually embarrassing myself and not really caring about that, but if you want to go over to the Writecome site, if you are interested in writing or fiction or podcasting or whatever, if you want to go over there, we have a lot of great courses and a lot of great free reports on the homepage if you want to try a few of those out. So if you go over to Writecome, which is WRITECOME.com, you'll find the content all over there. And as always, if maybe you see a couple of social media buttons close by, if you could push a couple of those, I would greatly appreciate it. Or if you would just direct somebody, some of your friends or family or whatever, in the direction of this podcast, I would also greatly appreciate it. So as always, thanks for sharing your time again today. Take care, and don't forget that superpower. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us today. If you'd like more from the Writecome.com podcast, be sure to subscribe now for more tips, tricks, and ideas you can use to make more money from your words. See you in the next episode.